Hello, Melanin Monarchy citizens. This is your Monarch here, and this is Matinee with the Monarch. So I am here back at my favorite movie theater, the Angelica. The Angelica, as my kids say. Ma, you're saying it wrong. The Angelica, that's up in Carmel Mountain, right here in San Diego. And I am here this 4th of July to celebrate the 250th year of our great nation. No matter what you got, this is a great nation. America's a great nation. I'm not saying nobody else's nation isn't great, but I was born here, so I'm going to say it's great. It's a wonderful nation. I love. Plus, I was born in Detroit. What a better city to be born in. But I am here, you guys, to see Young Washington. Now, there are so many films that are coming out this summer, and I have to pick and choose which ones I'm actually going to see. And this was one of the ones on the radar. And can you believe it that I actually chose it because of Andy Serkis? I'm an Andy Serkis fan. I like his work. I like the things that he's been in, and he's actually in this one. This film is directed by Mr. John Irwin Brothers. They've done a bunch of Christian films like House of David, I Can Only Imagine, films like that. And so this film is starring, I believe his name is William Franklin Miller. It's also starring Mary Louise Parker. You got Bean Kingsley in here, Kelsey Grammer. How can you go wrong with Kelsey Grammer, right? Kelsey Grammer is amazing. Kelsey Grammer and Andy Serkis, right? And so we're going to go in, we're going to see what their rendition of Young Washington. I'm going to give them some leeway because I do believe that when you're doing heroes, right, or you're doing real people that lived before, you can give people creative licensing. So I'm going to allow them their creative licensing to tell the story. Many books, many things that have been written by historians about Washington's life. I'm pretty sure they're going to follow as much of that as they can cram into 2 hours, you guys. And so we're going to go in. I'm going to give you all the tidbits to this film. I will see you inside, and I will see you after this film, Young Washington. All right, you guys. To the bit. Okay, so that was Young Washington, and it was a pretty good movie. Kind of makes me feel like I want to go and watch The Patriot with Mel Gibson. That's what it makes you feel like you want to do. Pretty cool battle scenes. I like how they tried to stay accurate in the whole battle scenes that they did during the beginnings of the French and Indian War. For this movie, Young Washington, it just basically follows him from George Washington. It follows him, from childhood when he lost his father. He's living in Mount Vernon. He's growing up there, and then he's trying to be a commissioned officer with the British military, and the things he had to do, the hoops he had to jump through in order to get that, which he really, doesn't do, to the fullest of his capacity. But it talks about basically how the start of the French and Indian War, and he was really responsible for the start of that. But historians would say something else. Your Monarch is not a historian, so you guys have to go watch it yourself. Now, would I recommend this movie? I'm going to take a pause on that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm pausing on recommending this movie. I think it's great to have a movie about the beginnings of America. I am an American. I am a proud American. I am a proud Black American. I love my country. I love my country of birth. My father served this country. And so therefore, I only have allegiance to one king and not a government or anything else. But I do love my country. I just wanted to say that, first of all, let's go to the previews. So the previews had so many films that starred Brits, that starred British, born actors. Hey, look, Your Monarch loves Brit. My favorite band is a British band. Tons of my favorite bands are British band. I'm in love with a British actor. I'm in love with a lot of Brits. Your Monarch is in love with a lot of Brits. And so the amount of previews that I saw, you had Ewan McGregor, you had who else did you have? Jason Statham, you had Tom Holland, all of these Brits that are in movies that are coming out in America. And so for your Monarch, you guys have heard me say it again. When a British person plays an American hero, that's odious to me. I have an issue with that. I don't care if it's a black American hero or a white American hero. So William Franklin Miller, who plays George Washington, is a Brit. He was born in England. He was raised in Australia. And so I have a problem with that. I think that there are this country is bigger than most countries. You can throw a stone and hit an attractive actor. And so I don't understand why we have to go across the pond to find somebody who plays our American heroes. I take huge issue with that. So that's why I'm saying I'm putting a pause on recommending this particular movie. And I love Angel Studios. I love the things that they do, the films that they come out, and I wish their success. And again, like I said, I'm a huge Kelsey Grammer and Andy Serkis fan. But again, I take issue when you choose somebody from across the pond to play one of our American heroes. You don't need to do that. Another thing is that I recognize a face who's also not from the United States, but grew up in the United States, and that's Joe Smallbone, who's from the Smallbone family, and they have a great film called Unsung Hero. He played William Fairfax in this particular film. I so love the fact of seeing him do more acting, seeing him do more films. So shout out to Joe Smallbone for being in this film. But again, I say this is that I need for you guys to stop hiring British born, or it's not even British born, because, and you can't talk about Mel Gibson because Mel Gibson was born in the United States and then he went over there. Anyway, so British born and raised people to play American heroes. I need for you studios to stop doing that. You got plenty of actors here that can play our own heroes. Okay, so stop doing that. All right, you guys, this was Matinee with your Monarch, here to see Young Washington on the 250th anniversary of this great and dear country. People have died and bled for this country. People have died literally to get over into this country. We're not even talking about tons of people who have died coming across the border just to get over to this country. So this is a great nation. This is a wonderful nation. We need to be kind to each other and also continue to pray for this nation. Pray for our president, pray for our governors, pray for our city councils, pray for those who are in position of authority, pray for our judges. Continue to pray for them because there is power in our prayers, especially for the saints of God. So have a wonderful 4th of July as I rock. You guys, your Monarch was looking kind of cute. I don't know if you guys can see my shorts that I'm wearing, but my white shorts, I'm looking kind of cute today on the 4th of July. And it's still morning. It's still wonderful because it was the matinee. So I will see you at the next Matinee with the Monarch. Doodle pip. One last thing as I come back from watching Young George Washington. I do love how the film seems to say that with failure and humility comes great reward. And so right after failure, you humble yourself, and then you keep going forward, that there is something wonderful for you right around the corner. And so I love that encouragement in the film.